This is no money, mo money, and after putting an end to a 1,000-year war, he thought to take a little break. But old threats create new problems, and now his path leads to war, through a storm of blood. We have finished up all of the side stuff, which means we are about to hop back into Stormblood for the Post-Stormblood MSQ. But first, I finished up an Alliance raid, which means let's put on this little spear here for a second. Need this creepo Duskwhite who just busts in here, like trying to take down the whole guild. Yeah, just because you're more interested in throwing all the Lancers into horrible danger, and if 1 out of every 1,000 of them doesn't die horribly and turns out stronger, great. Doesn't make you right, dummy. Yeah, he's all strong and stuff, sure. But, like... he doesn't have the resolve to actually back up his claims of strength when the, hits the wall. This teeny little potato, on the other hand, but he couldn't accept how much of a weakling he really was. So instead, he'll just murder a bunch of other Lancers, and then get dead. Yup. Sure, flail wildly while screaming about how courageous you are. Go ahead, buddy. Super courageous. As you cower backwards off a cliff. Bye. But we are done with our Lancer quests. Dip 250k, throw it away. Come out to this frozen wasteland to hang out with Alberic. Get some way too past its prime information about Estinian, since we're already way past Heavensward and Stormblood. Meet this strange knight who I've never seen before. Oh no, wait, it's just Grunkle Estinian. Literally going backwards in the story with grumpy Uncle Estinian. Like, he's still wearing his Dragoon armor. It's black instead of blue. I forgot they did this to him during the ARR Dragoon quests. And he still has the eye on him. And become a Dragoon. Yeah, there we go. That's a decent look for my new tiny baby Dragoon who's going to be jumping all over the place. But that is enough for this week. We got our new job. Let's hop back in and get started with Post-Stormblood already. But first, new glam.
We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Yeah, let's not be putting anyone like that on the throne, please.
Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future.
Sounds very boring.
But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw
Keep
aches.
me out of it.
Ah, there you are. I've been searching all over for you.
Arenvald, what adventures should we go on today?
Don't worry, it's nothing bad. I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure?
Always. No one ever asks me if I just want to go on an adventure. Everyone's always like, go kill a god, go destroy an empire. Never just, hey, you want to go raid a dungeon for some treasure?
The Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots?
I mean, I'm not called no money for nothing. Give me a good dungeon and a good treasure chest.
So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Why do we need a nerd? Twist my arm, I don't you? Oh yeah, Mad King Theodoric, that's what they're talking about? Yeah, he was not great. So if we're gonna raid his treasure vault, that should be nice and covered in horrible traps and monsters. And now we can box. So put up your dukes, Blue Alice, you stupid nerd. Well, if there was no monsters mentioned in the prison, then maybe the darkness beneath is actually even further down. Yes, Arenvald, why do you want to find this treasure? Yep, tragic backstory for Arenvald. Doesn't matter. Everyone's got one. Yeah, so it is going to be a nice, fun adventure and all that, sure. But Arenvald is absolutely hoping to use this gold to fund, like, whatever new government ends up going up in Alamigo so that people don't have to be desperate and poor and starving and, you know, so the transition can be more successful. So we're standing out here in the lock. Why exactly? Although I already know why, because if you want to get down to some deep location, this lock is surprisingly deep. Theodoric transformed a bunch of his own family into horrible monsters and then threw them all down into the ruins of Scala to prevent people from getting the idea of exploring the ruins for some reason. Yeah, so here's what's left of Scala. It's just this sunken city. Luckily, Alphino doesn't have to stay down here. They went to search the prison. I went deep underwater since I can breathe down here and just dove straight down into the ruins to find the entrance. Alphino and Arenvald, on the other hand, found a teleportation portal, circle, whatever, hidden in the prison that they can use to get in from their end. By the way, I took the liberty of calling on a friend for help. I guarantee she's both dependable and discreet. Oh, is that Arenvald's traveling partner? Dependable and discreet. It actually is Ul'dah, who's one of Arenvald's party.
Leave it to me!
Why does Arenvald's voice remind me of another character? I can't put a finger on who it is, though. And here comes the wave? No, hydro pull. Okay, so he's gonna yank us. That's why everyone's going the other way. So far, this boss ain't too difficult. A little yanking and pushing, a bit of arena wides, a little bit of targeted stuff that follows you, but not very well, honestly. So, oh, but if he does drop like 3 of them, that's going to be a little more difficult.
Leave it to me!
I'm still trying to figure out who Arenvald's voice reminds me of. I think it might... Oh yeah, because they just dropped Shadow... I know who Arenvald reminds me of. I wonder if that's the same voice actor. I don't want to say, because it's a very, very important character in the Shadowbringer storyline. So let's not spoil that right here and now. I wonder if it's the same voice actor. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a second to figure that out. Just a sec. It is the same voice actor. I was right. Yes. Validation. Yes, Arenvald's voice actor also voices an extremely important main story character in Shadowbringers. That's why it sounded so familiar to me. Big laser beams from this old one.
Focus. Release!
Some AoE stuff. Nothing too crazy. Is he invuln? Yeah, he's invuln. You know, I'm really, really interested to see the 8.0 job changes with like the evolved system and stuff like that. I'm actually really interested to see that stuff.
Focus.
Goodbye,
Release.
old man. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old one? Now we're getting down into the depths of the ruins. To where all the ghosts are hanging out. Weird, ghostly monsters. Does this dungeon still have that weird hover over the pit mechanic or no? We're up to the people who transform back to normal people after we kill them. Because they were transformed into monsters. Okay, yeah, so the dungeon no longer has the unique gimmick of transform yourself and float over the pits like it used to. Now they just give you bridges when you fight rooms. Well, hello there. Tall, dark, and furry. It's giving me a donut. Time to take it to the rest of the party and share it with them. He's got a lot of new mechanics. I don't recall a lot of these. Is he going behind? Yeah, he's going behind. Good thing I got out of there. I do not recall, like, any of these mechanics last time I phased him. Maybe this is from the last update to the dungeon. The same one where they removed the floaty bits. But, like, I do not remember donuts and crosses and all that sort of stuff. Oh, that's behind again. No, wait, is he flailing forward? That's forward. Yep, I screwed that up. Should have been paying attention to the way he looked. That swipe forward and flail his tail stuff, that I do remember from the last time I ran this dungeon. So I think that's the same as it was last time. But yeah, the crosses, the donuts, the gaze mechanic? Did he have the gaze mechanic last time? Can't recall. Bye, buddy. Finally, you can be just dead and not a monster anymore. I mean, it looks like we found a treasure. Thanks for hanging out with us, Cat Girl Lancer.
Their misfortune is our fortune?
Especially now when I'm actually listening to him talk, I can tell it's the same voice actor from Shadowbringers.
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
So maybe he's voiced in a few more cutscenes than I thought.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
What have you been up to? We've been on a treasure hunt. I voted go towards alleviating the suffering of Alamigo's poor. Make sure every coin is accounted for. Yes, if we're going to be sending people down there to take it all out, let's make sure we account for every bit of it, even if we do use our most trusted freedom fighters. Welcome any advice you could give us, Alpha. Yeah, two completely uneducated morons with a massive fortune are like, hey, tiny nerd, could you tell us what to do with this? Mob outside headquarters making demands? What the heck, people?
We know who you've got in there!
Yeah, a bunch of people who want us to lynch Ul'dah for everything she did to them. Yeah,
What's
you're
going
all
on?
big, strong, courageous people now that she's chained up, aren't you?
Hey, who's this?
Who this? Who you, motherfucker? This person's
friends,
important. You're not even
you are
important
not
enough for a
alone in your
name,
anger,
so shut
your
up.
grief. Think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. If we give in to our base appetites, we will never know the truth. I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Some industrious souls even sought to seek out the graves of Xenos and his officers. It was grim, really? You're saying someone dug up Xenos' grave? That's interesting. Village elders, refugee leaders. Okay, so she's having a big meeting with elders and leaders and blah, blah, blah. She's creating a whole, like, summit of people to talk about the future of Alamigo. Even invited the Ananta and the Kikern to participate. This is all just flashback of Ul'dah as a kid with her collaborator parents and then Alamegans that stone them to death in the streets because they hate them for collaborating. So they've got her in a prison with guards who've suffered horribly because of her actions and the Empire's actions. And her echo is super sensitive, similarly to how Kryle's is, which means basically 24 hours a day, every single day, she's hearing the echoes of the pain and suffering she's inflicted on the guards that are guarding her. But, like, as far as we're concerned, she can pretty much sit in silence and suffer for now, because we need information about whether Garlemald has gotten the results of this test back, in which case they're going to try and do this to other people. Nanamo wants to talk to me? So we go on our little adventure with Nanamo. Hang out with Godbert to realize that blind charity towards the people of Alamigo is getting us nowhere, so she needs to find a way to make profit. Hang out with Lola Brito, of all people, to talk boring Ul'dah political money-mongering garbage forever. And then finally decide to come back to the Saltery and build it up with some money from Ul'dah and some of the Mad King's troves, so Lolorito doesn't have so much investment to bank on making demands later. Now, I just cut down like an hour and a half of boring gameplay to like 30 seconds, so you're welcome for that. Alright, off to talk to Raubon now.
With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness, which means my work here is done. Soon, I will return to Ul'dah and take my place at the Sultana's side. I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword.
Raubon is a scion, that would be interesting.
But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath. Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
Oh, cool. A bunch of Kalyana Ananta, you know, the ones that summoned a primal and got tempered, have shown up to be part of the summit. Stolen, Thancredal, Standguard outside, me and Arenvald, the people that just so happen to have the protection of the Echo. We will stand guard inside during the summit meeting. And here we go, long, boring politics stuff again. I have no interest, so I'm just gonna snooze until something goes horribly wrong, thank you.
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Gia
Like I said, you can never trust the enthralled. And it's not even that they're evil or horrible or anything like that. It's that they're mind controlled. You can never trust the enthralled.
All worship
Yeah.
Lakshmi!
Why do you think we put a bunch of scions with the Echo in this room, idiot?
Lady of bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage.
But then the question remains, who exactly helped them sneak a gigantic sum of crystals into the little lakes, river, pond, whatever things that were in this building? Like, who snuck a bunch of crates of crystals into the water next to where we were meeting?
It's up to us.
Yep, kinda. Problem is, we have, you know, random people caught in the mix here. Yeah, he just cuts her right down. Oh, man, I really love Raubon. He's like, well, we decided we can't trust the enthralled. Let's cut this lady down right now so she's not a problem. Yeah, time to get out of here. Everyone without the Echo needs to go, and me and Arenvald need to really shield them from it. Alright, Lakshmi, let's do this again. Look at that! People dressed up in resistance costumes who are working with the Kalyana.
Fools!
Wonderful. A bunch of idiots who went and got themselves enthralled to help sneak a bunch of crystals in.
We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvald to shield us.
Actually, we have more than that.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
You cover the guests, we'll keep the Primal from enthralling you guys.
Alright, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
She has a crazy idea for what it's worth, but it works out.
Whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick.
Unfortunately, she is going to try and enthrall the people behind us, and we have to use duty actions to keep them safe. Like this. No, you don't. See, we have to blow up the ether that she's using to try and enthrall people. And we can handle it, but yeah, she just keeps increasing the amount of ether she's sending. Yeah, so you can basically just keep summoning more and more and more and more to make it impossible for you and Arenvald to protect everybody.
It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
Yes, it is. Luckily, Lee's had a completely insane idea of how to fix this. Send in the butcher to help us, because she has an echo as well.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
Now we have enough people to focus on the ether that we can actually get some hits in on this stupid lady. Oh, Rowbot is gonna clear the whole room. That takes care of all the small fry. Oh, no you don't. Time for you all to leave. Oh, lock her down as best we can. The rest of you run, yep. Guys, run away, people. Dude, you all need to get out of here. 3 echo-infused warriors are enough to take care of this. Y'all need to just leave. Alright, all of you go. Like, we have to waste time trying to protect people from being taken over by her ether if you're all here. At least if everyone's gone, we don't have to bother with that anymore. Ow! Ah, lady! Oh, ATM. Boom! Just mash every button. I said it before, I'll say it again. Whenever you have an active time maneuver, do not try and press the button on screen. Do not try and press your space bar or some nonsense like that. No, you mash every single button on your keyboard as hard and fast as you can, because every button counts towards progress on active time maneuvers. Why are you going the same direction as me every time? Okay, Ferdola's got that one. I'll grab this one. I think they've got the others. Or do they? Okay, he's got it.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
Nope. I'm good. Do not my fists weigh heavy upon your face? Thank you for the shield, Verdola. Never thought you'd be thanking Verdola for anything, did ya?
Here it comes!
Oh, Lee gets the LB.
Darkness holds no solace.
There we go. Ugh, finally. Hi guys. Everyone good? No one tempered?
Seven hells. It's
You
her,
didn't notice before?
the butcher.
When she stepped in and shielded you? You didn't notice that?
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
You are not forgiven. Not you. You I will never forgive. But I will thank you. I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave. Forget something? Your Grace, there was no word.
Rabun Aldin,
Yes,
you are
she did
hereby
in fact
dismissed
forget
as
something.
General of the
She
Immortal
forgot to
Flames
fire you
and
from your
relieved of
job.
Your seat on the Syndicate. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo. In Pippin, you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Ul'dah.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.